Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. Today, our video will focus on the newest special ship that you can earn in the event that just came out yesterday, that being the Mini Habakkuk. But first, I wanted to see if I can actually show you a win on the event that gives you this ship. So for today's video, instead of all this, we're going to try and take out Liaoning. Now this also helps because I can show you the second set of missiles that you can equip your torpedo bombers or missile aircraft with. For the video that I actually did on Lining herself, I used the first set, which gives you 2 weapons or 2 missiles per aircraft, but they're not as powerful individually as the ones I prefer. So altogether, they actually do more damage, but the ones I prefer give you a lot more damage individually. They go a whole lot faster, but you only launch 1 weapon per aircraft. And these are honestly the ones I prefer. If you have all 4 of your torpedo missile bombers launch their missiles at a battleship, it can pretty much one-shot it. And you don't have to worry about anything else. And you just go back, reload, and then come out and one-shot it again. So those are the ones I use, and this is how I will show you that today. So with that, let's toss into a game and see what we can do. Alright, so here we have ourselves another game. The server is kind of empty right now, so all we were able to team up with is a Montana sister ship and a Amagi. So hopefully we can win with that, just that. With me being in a Liaoning, I can take out all the other battleships by myself, and hopefully my other teammates will survive long enough to deal with the carrier. So let's start with that. So we're first going to need our torpedo bombers, and then we can bring our dive bombers out, and then our fighters as our last ones. So we'll see how the setup is right now. Who's going to go up first? Looks like they all have the same return time or load time, so it doesn't really matter. I hope this Amagi is not AFK, though she certainly looks it. What about our friend of the Montana? Alright, so he's still alive, or up, at least. Alright, so the game has begun. Let's see, what is the unlucky first target? I'm gonna say this Jean Bart can do quite nicely. So if you take a look at how fast these missiles launch, look how fast they are. They're like absolute rockets. And half a ship gone, more than half a ship gone. Looks like 61,000 damage. And then you can just have your teammates finish off whatever's left. And we shot down 10 aircraft and we ran out of ammo. So let's see what else we can do. It looks like we can go dive bomb this Tirpitz. I am personally not going to move my ship right now. If anything, I would only reverse. So it looks like we have another AFK. That's always nice. But we can still make this work. Dive bombers are still as good as always. Let's get our missile aircraft back out, as well as our fighters eventually. We've already lost Wisconsin. How's that Jean Bart doing? The Jean Bart is still not sunk. I don't know what my team is doing. But we don't need to sink the Jean Bart ourselves. We're going to go after this Indiana. Bring our fighters back out. But you can just see how fast these missile launchers are, like extremely fast. Boom. Boom, sunk. That was only 3 missiles. I am losing my missile aircraft quite quickly, though. I don't really appreciate that much. Do 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 do. So we can shoot down. Ooh, can we actually shoot these down? Oh, we can, but just barely. All right, so you want to see how big this carrier is, since we have a brief moment in time? This is how big she is. She has heavy bombers, she has fighters, she has jet fighters, she has huge secondaries, and I'm pretty sure are 18 inchers, or at least 457s. A whole bunch of AA. Yeah, this ship is massive. Alright, so let's get our missile aircraft back out. Our dive bombers are still up. I forgot about those. Alright, so we can probably finish off the Tirpitz with our dive bombers here, or at least get her down so much that she'll pretty much be sunk. There we go, sunk. We can probably take out this King George V. And we should be able to finish her up. Okay, there we go. It's best if you have a little bit of a gap between missile hits for the first and second aircraft. If you saw in that Jean Bart, they both hit at about the same time, and she did not really take damage from the last two missiles. However, if there's a little bit of a gap, you will able to deal the total damage, I guess you can say. Hey, our Amagi's actually alive, not AFK. So maybe they just had some trouble connecting. Let's see if he can help us in this match any. Alright, so looks like our Frederick de Gross is going to go down here. I'm trying to get all my aircraft back out. Let's see, this Holzendorf is still alive, so let's go dive bomb her. Our fighters are up. Let's see if we can do anything with those to defend. I don't actually know how much aircraft this carrier gets. It'd be interesting to know the numbers. Alright, let's dive the Holzendorf. We shot down all the torpedo aircraft. Looks like Squad 2 is pretty much out of ammo already. But let's see what we can do. Yeah, 2's out of ammo. 1 still has full ammo though, pretty much. Boom, boom, boom. Shoot down as many as we can. Let's see here. We're actually going to split our missiles here. Oh, that's not what I want. 3 over there, and 4 against the Kaliningrad. And the Holzendorf is still up, but it looks like the Amagi can take care of that. So let's bring our torpedo bombers up over here. So we sank the Veneto and almost sank the Kaliningrad. The amount of damage you can get with these missiles and setup is amazing. Alright, so let's actually start moving our ship. That way we can actually provide some more anti-aircraft defense for our teammates. Okay, so we have our dive bombers. What do we have left? We still have quite a few ships. Alright, this one is still up. Hopefully, the Amag is firing high explosives, so let's just actually bring our dive bombers over here to finish her off. Our fighters can come back out. Let's see what we can do to help protect our teammates. Missile aircraft can come back in. Hey, we sank her. Alright, do we have any separated targets? Probably not. Let's see, we have 4 battleships left. Yep, they're the Lafayette, Ashitaka, Vanguard, and the Duke of York are all here together. And they all have pretty decent AA as well. So let's go after this Duke of York. Our fighters are here. Alright, so our fighters need to work on these torpedo bombers, though I feel like those aren't actually the strongest threats, but they can still help us at least. I'm not quite sure why there's no aircraft being shot down. There we go. Took them a while. Alright, so we're shooting down as many as we can, but you really just don't have a lot of ammo with these aircraft. So what ships do we have left? We have both of our teammates, a Monarch and a Missouri. So that's pretty good. Alright, so our dive bombers were going in against the Duke of York. About half health and 2 fires lit. That'll help us a lot. I don't know if... Oh wow, the Habakkuk is actually almost down, which is good because the teammates should be focusing on them. And then we just have a Lafayette and Nashitaka, right? Yeah, there's Nashitaka as well. So I'm trying to still catch up with my teammate here to protect them. But they're kind of far away. And even at 30 knots, I'm not really able to close the distance very much. So hopefully they'll be okay for right now. Let's see, what ship? I'm going to bring my aircraft over here and try and target this Lafayette. Bring out our fighters again. Oh, we lost a missile aircraft. That's alright. Alright, so they're... Oh, wow. They're all going to launch at the same time. Boom. Oh, one missed. Interesting. Alright, let's see if we can finish off this Duke of York with our dive bombers. Our fighters are coming into action again. Boom, knocked them all down. Alright, so we sank the Duke of York. We're shooting down as many aircraft as we can. There are going to be like one-shot kills for your fighters, however you only have so many. Alright, and now we just need to bring our fighter aircraft back up. I think we can dive bomb the Habakkuk. However, I don't know if the missiles would have any effect. And we really need our main to survive. So let's see if we can provide some AA cover for her. But she is still pretty far away. Alright, so we're actually going to come over here with our missile aircraft. And 3 is going to go after the Lafayette. And 4 is going to go after the Ashitaka. Then we can bring our dive bombers back out. And so now we're kind of in a position where we can assist our teammate with our AA defense here. So it looks like, yep, the Habakkuk was just sunk. But let's pop our AA while we can. We should be knocking down pretty much all, if not every single one of these aircraft. Okay, that was actually pretty disappointing. Okay, our dive bombers go after the Ashitaka. We still have a couple ammo in our fighters, so let's see what we can do against them. And we shot down a couple more planes. Sunk the Ashitaka. And hopefully our teammate should be able to deal with the Lafayette, though. Yep, there she goes. Alright, so there is how you can win this match pretty easy. Obviously, if you have a Liaoning, it's going to be a walk in the park. As you can see, your main job is to just take out all the other battleships and leave your teammates to take on the carrier. We didn't actually have as much damage as we did yesterday, with 629,000 damage, 8 ships sunk, 23 torpedo or missile hits, 46 bomb hits, 63 aircraft shot down, and 9 fires. Top of the team, but not by much. We're actually going to send this guy a friend request because that was pretty impressive. And we did 32,000 damage in fires, 484,000 damage in missile hits, and 112,000 damage in bomb hits. So quite a bit of damage you can do with this ship. And the reward for passing the mission is the small Habakkuk. Now that will be the focus of today's video. And let's take a look at what we have for her. So she is a special ship, which means that you do not actually play her in normal battles. She is with other ships such as 037 and Haiyan Shang. And yeah, so she's not terrible, but she's not the best either. It's actually kind of funny how she does her most damage. Alright, so health. We have 88,888 for health. Armor says 1 to 1 millimeter. However, if you actually go to the armor page, it says a maximum of 500 millimeters. So she has a belt of almost 20 inches. So yeah, not that you're going to be able to citadel her very easily, but she will take some major just chunk damage because of how flimsy her superstructure is. However, you get a heal. You actually get 6 heals. They last 20 seconds, and they reload every 10 seconds. So you can get quite a bit of health back. You have an anti-air defense and a repair. Now, I'd love to tell you what her AA stats are, but I don't have that. It's not in the game. But that's okay. She has 12 aircraft, 1 secondary gun, which is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure it's an 18-inch gun that you find on Centurion or L3. And this is a 360 turret, believe it or not. Damage. It fires the MAP, long fuse armor piercing. So basically at the targets you're going to be shooting at, it's just going to overpen, but it'll still do quite a bit of damage. AA guns, yeah, it says 1, but all along the ship you can see it's just lined with AA guns. Yeah, speed pretty slow, 20 knots, but it's a very small map that you're going to play on, so there's not much you can actually do. And you have 3 dive bomber squadrons, each with only 1 aircraft. And that would be these, which are very small Avro Lancasters. They look really stupid, but you have what you have. These have 20,000 health each, and they drop bombs that do 56,000 damage with a 522% chance of bomb fire. It sounds all good, but I've actually had trouble getting these aircraft to drop their bombs. They just kind of hover and circle the target, even when I do manual drop. So hopefully we won't have that kind of problem today, but I doubt it'll be fixed by now. Regardless, not a bad little carrier. Like I said, it's funny how most of her damage is done because it's actually the secondary turret that does almost half the damage. You can certainly get some damage with your bombers, but if they don't drop the bombs, then they're kind of worthless at that point. So yeah, without further ado, let's toss her into a battle and see what we can do. Alright, now ourselves our game. We have a mini Habakkuk, a bunch of like 5 victories and 1 Yuting or Haiyan Shang. If you want to know how big this map is, it literally fits the entire screen right here. So yeah, you're not going to have to go very far to actually find a target. Okay, so let's get our aircraft out. As you can see, our secondary turret is already turning. I have no idea what the range is, but it's at least 10 kilometers. And there we go. We're starting to do some damage. Alright, so let's see. I don't think I'm gonna manual drop them because I don't really care all that much. And anything, if we just get a hit, I'll take it. Yeah, so no hits, but I really don't care. So you can see the secondaries just can keep going off here. I really like the camo though. Like, can we have a L3 camo that's like the blue? Or something that has very nice blue. I know they just came out with that nice Alzus camo, which is nice and all, but it's kind of still spacey, and I don't really like the space camo. I just want like a normal ship-looking camo that looks nice. Alright, so let's bring out our aircraft again. Now, usually when you're in special games, you see victories and you just kind of laugh, and you're not too worried about it. However, you should actually be very scared about victories when you're in a... Why is there 4 shells that come out? If the gun only has 3 barrels, but apparently you shoot 4 guns. Alright, so we're going to try and manual drop now. Last time I did this, the aircraft just kind of circled and laughed at me. So I think that's what's going to happen again. As you can see here, the arrow near the top, it just circles around. So you know what, we're just going to manual drop again. If they don't drop, they don't drop. Because it doesn't look like they're dropping, they're just circling. You do have big splashes when you drop your bombs, though. I don't know. Yeah, I can't actually see the splashes myself. Alright, well now they're dropping. Yeah, you can see how big those bomb drops are. That's awesome. Alright, so it looks like our secondary is focusing on the enemy Habakkuk, which is fine with me. But if we can't deal with these victories, then it's only going to end badly for us. Hey, we got a citadel. No idea on what. But I'll take it. Alright, let's use one of our heals. We have this really cool snowflake effect. I actually really like that. It's so pretty. Alright, so let's give our bombers time to drop their bombs, because I honestly don't know what they're waiting for. But there they go. Maybe we'll get a bomb hit. Nope, that's a miss. What about squad 2? Nope, that's also a miss. Squad 3 is just circling. There she goes. Also a miss. I really don't know. Like I said, they don't drop on manual. And if you do just like the computer drop, they all miss. Okay, so let's use another heal. So your secondary is going to do a ton of damage, because nothing else can actually hit. And nose in on a victory is actually not terrible. That gives us the best chance of doing the most damage. And with her being less than 3 kilometers away, that also helps us. Alright, so our aircraft are back in business. Let's bring them out. I think our secondary can take care of this victory, so let's see if we can go take care of this one behind us. We're going to try a manual drop again to see how it works. It worked like the first time, and then it never worked again. So we were able to sink the victory with secondaries. Let's just do the normal drop because they're not dropping on manual. We can use another heal. Squad 1 missed. Squad 2 and 3 are just circling like vultures. There goes 2 and 3. Nope, no hits. Alright, is there any ships that are aground? Yes, there are. Alright, so let's see if shooting a target that is aground makes any difference. Alright, so this is a non-moving target. Can we get a bomb hit? Hey, we are finally able to get a bomb hit. So it looks like it has to be stationary for us to actually drop on it. There goes Bomber 2. We got another hit. Awesome. Don't know why our secondary is opening up on this one. And then maybe a third hit? Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So your bombs do damage. Oh, it's because it looks like our gun is not 360. That's why. Alright, so let's get our secondary back in gear for this victory. There we go. And we're just gonna wander around here. Let's just do computer drop because I'm not gonna waste my time trying to drop a target that's moving since I obviously can't hit that. Not quite sure where that shot was going for a secondary, but look at the size of the splash. It's awesome. Might as well heal because it looks like we're gonna go for a ram here. Still don't know what our secondary is doing. Still missed with the bomb. We're just being laid into now by the... Did I bomb myself? I probably bombed myself. Yeah, I don't know what our secondary is doing. I think it's trying to shoot, but it's not going to have any success. Don't know what our AA range is, but it's at least shooting at the ones that are 5 kilometers away, so it's at least that much. Alright, let's try and get out of the side of the battlefield so we can actually have our speed back. Let's see, what is our AA range? Yeah, it's about 5 kilometers, it looks like. So our secondary turned around. And let's get some distance so our secondary can actually hit said ship. And we're actually just going to watch, because that's pretty cool. Not quite sure how I hit that. Actually, now that the target's stationary, we probably could just bomb her. Let's see here. Though I think we're going to end up sinking her with the secondary before anything. Yep, there we go. Alright, so let's see how we did. Wasn't the best of games, it was actually pretty funny. But I told you, you'll be surprised on how you do most of your damage. Because as a carrier, you don't do the most damage with your bombs, you do the most damage with your guns. Because we sank 4 ships, but only had 3 bomb hits. 1 aircraft was shot down, 1 citadel, 2 fires, 2 modules destroyed, and 95 secondary hits. Details. From fires, 2,000 damage. Secondary battery, 101,000 damage. Bombs, 29,000 damage. Yeah, this little gun at your back, that's going to be your best friend. So definitely as far as you can go, secondaries and AA, because those are your main weaknesses, and everything else is kind of just laid back because your aircraft can pretty much only attack stationary targets, or at least that's what it looks like. But when they hit, they do hit hard. I'm surprised that the Victory was able to take 3 bombs and still survive, considering how much damage they do, but it happened. So yeah, that's the little reward that you get for the mission. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe for further content. And tomorrow, I think it's time that we head back into carriers as we go over Langley. Now, tomorrow is only 1 air group, so there will only be 1 game. However, for Bogue, there are 3 air groups that you can equip. And I've been told that my videos for the Japanese carriers have been a little bit too long. So we're actually going to split up each one of these air groups into its own video a day. So that means there will be 3 separate videos done on 3 separate days for the Bogue. And that will also be the same for the Independence, for the Ranger, the Lexington, Essex, and Midway. So there will be a lot more videos than just 6 or 7. There will be quite a few. But hopefully that'll make the videos easier to watch, and you can figure out which mode you would like to do. If you'd like me to redo the Japanese carriers, to have each of those mods in their own separate group, let me know in the comments below. And if not, I'll just leave it the way it is. But until then, thank you for watching and take care.